Rich Tarani with TMC here. Thanks for watching. We're at ITEXPO 2014 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Andrew Morawski is with us. He's with Vodafone US. And Andrew, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I was hoping we could start at the top and talk a little bit about what your company is doing, what you guys are up to these days, your division.
Yeah, so just to paint the bigger picture, not sure your viewers are totally familiar, but Vodafone is one of the largest operators on the planet. Mobile operations in over 26 countries, access to partner networks in another 52 countries. So we provide global connectivity solutions for enterprises and consumers. The division that I sit in is the machine-to-machine business. I run that business in the Americas.
Excellent. So I know there's some important news and research and information, and I'm interested to hear more about that.
Yeah, well, actually, this week we're actually going to be announcing the results of our second annual barometer report, which is an adoption report or an overview report of what's happening in the machine-to-machine space, not just in the Americas but globally. So, in that report, we've seen some significant facts that show a tremendous uptick in the machine-to-machine business over the course of the next 3 years, upwards of I think over 53% adoption rate by 2016.
53% of the who was surveyed?
I'm sorry, 53% of our respondents said they're going to deploy M2M solutions within by 2016.
Now, who were the respondents?
So it's a long. So it was an externally run barometer survey covering I think 600 different executives in 3 different continents. So it was a pretty broad, extensive external survey.
Very exciting. So what areas of growth are we seeing these days? What are the hot areas?
Look, the biggest areas of adoption that we've seen already are obviously in the automotive space and then in the energy and utility space. They've been the biggest early adopters. Going forward, what we have seen so far over the past year has been a tremendous uptick in security, tremendous uptick in what do you call it, the
automotive security,
medical? The consumer electronics space. So with the e-readers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that space has been booming for quite some time. It's really so many different segments. I'm hearing from some of my other guests today, medical is pretty hot as well.
Medical has been huge. So that's one of the big things with the aging of the U.S. population, especially here domestically. The aging of the U.S. population is really driving like home health care management, home health care monitoring. So we've seen a tremendous growth in that over the course of the past year as well.
And there are just so many different places we can go, and so many different devices which we could affix to our elderly, and I'm trying to say that in a way that's respectful of them, that they would want affixed to themselves to do things like monitor their heart rate and
look,
breathing.
It's funny to say like they'd want to have something affixed to them, but if it's a choice between that and a quality of life, sitting in a hospital or sitting at home with a medical device attached to you, I think 9 out of 10 times someone's going to choose to be sitting at home with a medical device attached to you as opposed to sitting in a hospital somewhere.
So I can tell you, I mean, we run another conference in the wearable technology space, and at that show, it's very common for the speakers to say that sitting is the new smoking, where if you sit too long, which reminds me I may have to get up in between interviews, that it's very unhealthy for you. And I've noticed that the activity trackers that I use will remind me to get up and to walk around from time to time. And just putting something like that on our elderly, and whether the device tells you itself and or maybe sends an alert to your children to have them call and remind you, hey mom, hey dad, I just want to remind you to get up and walk around, things like that can really extend the life and extend the quality of life and keep you healthier.
And that's what it's all about. It's about extending life, extending the quality of life, and at the same time, right, it's about making your quality of life that much better. Right, it's really simple.
So someone out there who's watching, they're probably having a question. I'd like to engage Vodafone, whether it's U.S. or global, and I'd like to work with them, and I wonder what they can do for me. So, let me know who is a candidate, who is a typical kind of company that should come to you, and you can help them.
Look, so there are 2 different types of deployments in machine to machine. There are local deployments and there are global deployments, or deployments that scan stand beyond one just geographic territory or region. If you're going to do something that's beyond just one territory, you should be speaking to Vodafone, right? There are so many inherent costs and so many areas of complexity that are added to a solution once you take it beyond one local region. We've got a global machine-to-machine platform that we built kind of early on in the early days of machine-to-machine, so we're well far ahead of the curve that your service in India is going to be exactly the same as the service we're offering you in North America. Right, so that's where it really makes sense to speak to someone like Vodafone.
I can vouch for your European network because I've used it quite often. It's been extremely solid and reliable, so thanks for that also. Just as an aside, I know it's a different division, but at the end of the day, it leverages that network, I'm sure.
Yeah, look, like I said, I think 436 million, I think was the last count of Vodafone customers that there are globally, so we're obviously doing something right.
That's great. Is there anything else that we need to know before we sign off?
No, I think that's it. I think the big thing is the split between global and local offerings from providers. Make sure people need to make sure that they look at the total cost of a solution when they go to deploy something, because as you see in the barometer report that will be coming out this week, a significant number of M2M deployments are showing a complete return on investment, and making those decisions and deploying the right way can really help that get up to 100%.
Very exciting, and we're also looking forward to hopefully the next time we see you on the program that some of the survey responses become reality and we see even faster growth for the industry.
Excellent.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much.